Hey guys, it's Jake with the NSB Woodsman channel, and today we are going to be making a DIY Woodsman Haversack. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so first things first, if you hear any noise in the background, that's my son watching TV. So I'm going to lay out the supplies that we're going to need for this project. The main component is going to be canvas. It's going to be a Canvas Haversack. This is duck canvas. I got it at Jo-Ann Fabrics. It's $9.99 a yard. I got a yard and a half. It's going to be more than enough to make one. If it turns out good, I'll probably make another. Next thing you're going to need in order to sew heavy canvas, you're going to need some heavy-duty needles. So there are those. I also got some coated polyester thread, so good stuff for our project. And lastly, what we're going to need, this is going to be for the strap. This is some interfacing. I'm going to try and thicken up the strap so that it doesn't want to bunch up and everything as I walk with it. But I'll show you what we're going to use that for. Alright guys, so first thing I'm going to do is, this is going to be a 10 by 10 size pouch and 3 inches in depth. So I am going to measure that out, and I'll show you what it looks like. I'm just using chalk to mark my lines. Alright, so here are the 3 pieces that we have so far. We essentially have what will make up the bag portion. It's going to essentially be like that. Where this is the main flap. We'll have 2 straps hung together here, and then these are the 2 sides. See that? So we'll get that sewn together. This is going to be a very simple design. Alright guys, so here's what we have so far. I've pinned the side of the bag together. I've stitched this side already. And so here's what the bag's looking like. Let's move this a little bit. So far, we got the side, there's the bottom, and here's the flap. Now I'm going to eventually turn this bag inside out, so I'm stitching what is actually the inside, the wrong sides right now. So I'm going to do the bottom here yet, and then I'm going to do the other side here. So stay tuned, I'll get to work on that. Alright guys, so here's what we have so far. As I mentioned, this was just going to be a simple haversack slash possibles pouch. And here's what it's looking like so far. So the idea is that it's about 3 inches deep. Here are the sides. And then here's the flap that just kind of folds over it. So I've got to put the straps on, and it's going to be, straps are going to be right there, and then that's kind of what it's going to look like. Alright guys, so here's what I've done with the interfacing. I've taken the long strip of canvas that is going to be the strap, and I have just sewed it into kind of the middle area. This is where it's going to attach to the bag, and at the other end also is where it's going to attach to the bag, so I don't necessarily need interfacing there. The rest of the interfacing is there because it helps give some stiffness to the fabric. It's not going to provide any padding per se, but this way what it'll prevent from happening is it like bunching up on my shoulders, what I'm hoping for. So that's why I've added it, and I'm going to basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew the strap inside out first. Hold on one second, that's unsafe. Like so, and I'm going to sew along the edge, and then I'm going to leave the end open so I can pull it and make it right side out so that the seam is hidden on the inside, as opposed to sewing it like so and having the seam on the outside. That's the idea, at least. So stay tuned and I'll show you what it looks like after I get that sewn together. Alright guys, so here is the strap sewed and folded inside out. So you can see the seam is folded on the inside. So this is the open end, and I had to basically feed the whole thing through this opening, so it did take a few minutes. But again, the whole point is so that it won't squeeze together. That's what that interfacing is for. So I'm going to actually iron this to really get it the way that I want it, and then I'm going to sew both edges to kind of keep that interfacing in place even more. So that way every time I put on the pack, it's going to hopefully stay in this position, and I don't have to worry about it flipping over or anything like that. That's why I wanted that there. So yeah, there we go. It's coming along. I'll update you guys on the next step once I've ironed it and sewed it. Alright guys, quick update. Pay no attention to the mess on the other side of the table. Here's what we're looking at. So you saw me make the bag, you saw me with the strap. I sewed the strap seams to kind of keep it nice and flat so it doesn't bulge out in the middle where the interfacing was folded over. So now the strap is nice and flat, and I've got both edges seamed so that interfacing won't slide over, and it's also, the interfacing is also sewn across right here. So here's what I've done right now. I've pinned out the sides, and what I've decided to do is stick the attach the strap to the outside of the bag as opposed to the inside, mainly because if it does rain, I want the flap, if I can show you this on camera, I want the flap to go over the inside, and any beads of water I would prefer to run on the outside of the pack as opposed to catching and running on the inside of the pack. That's the idea, at least. So here's what it's looking like so far. Now this is a wide strap, okay? I made it wide on purpose. Can't see. Alright, so I made the strap nice and wide because I definitely don't want it to be super thin if I loaded this up with any weight at all. I don't want it to be pulling on the soft part of my shoulder. So I kept it nice and wide for that reason. And it just kind of is the same width just about of the side of the bag going down. So it's about 3.5 inches wide all the way, and the interfacing starts just above where the bag starts. So it starts right here on this side and about right there on that side. So that's the idea. And then that way it'll stay on my shoulder and I won't have to worry about it cutting into my the soft part of my muscle up there. Alright, so stay tuned. I'll get this attached and I'll kind of show you the finished product for the time being. Alright guys, so here's the finished product. There's the flap. Goes right over. All I have in there right now is the shoe. But I just did that to kind of fill it up so that the flap going over would kind of lay even. So there it is, pretty much. It actually extends past it right now, but that's just because I don't have enough stuff in there right now. It should lay just about even when all is said and done. Attaching the strap to the side of the bag, I did a kind of a box stitch there with an X through the middle. Same thing on the other side. Yep. Excuse me. So there it is. Homemade haversack. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments and I will try and respond to you. And if you like it or you have any ideas on how to improve this process, please let me know. Eventually I will probably get to waterproofing this. Since it is just duck canvas, I want to do probably make some oilcloth with it and yeah, we'll try that out when I get to it. Alright guys, this has been Jake with the NSB Woodsman channel. Stay tuned for the next video. Please subscribe. Take it easy.